people in, we limit their potential. And this goes far beyond hiring. Think about it. How often do we label somebody before we truly know them? The loud kid at school, the introvert who's overlooked for leadership, the colleague who doesn't fit the normal mold. We write people off before we give them a chance. But here's the thing. Our differences are not weaknesses, they are fuel. And when we can embrace different perspectives, we can drive innovation, creativity, and progress. In education, when we only value standardized testing, we miss out on the creative minds who think differently. And in business, when we hire the same type of person over and over again, we miss out on new ideas and fresh ways to solve problems. And in life, when we make snap judgments about others, we miss out on deep and meaningful connections. Predictability might feel safe, but the safe choice limits possibility. Now, I started my journey with a 0.002% chance of standing where I am today. But statistics are merely a measure of predictability. They indicate the most likely outcome. My past was not my fault, but rewriting the narrative of my future was my responsibility. The instability of my adolescence led to me not being able to finish high school. But I went back to university as an adult and graduated from right here at Royal Roads in a master's program with an A average. Growing up around addictions and abuse felt that it was pulling me along that same path, but this past year in February, I celebrated 10 years of continuous sobriety. And life felt that it was telling me who I was, what I was capable of, and where I belonged. But I worked my way up from entry-level jobs to become a corporate director, to eventually co-found a company that is literally built on the idea that we stop putting people in boxes. Not because I conformed, not because I fit into the world's expectations, but because I refused to be boxed in. So now I ask you, where can you rewrite your narrative? Where have you been limiting yourself because of a label someone once gave you? Where have you put someone in a box? And what would happen if you started to see potential instead of limitations? I challenge us all to think differently about this, because the world needs people who are different, people who are bold, and people who don't fit the mold. And if you feel you've been put into a box, the best thing you can do is grab a megaphone, climb onto a counter, and simply take the lead. Thank you.